On today's show, one Minnesota brewery finds a tie between beer and fly tying. It's trout on tap for the holidays.
We add that in there.
All right, Joel, so I hear ice fishing is all about technology.
Next, if you've ever wanted to try ice fishing but didn't know where to start, we've got the answers.
So you can be a little generous with that salt and pepper.
And it's time for Wild in the Kitchen. Laura Shera is cooking up some roast beast. And what's a Christmas without the perfect tree? Well, we found one. Let's just say it's a Christmas greeting to you. Those stories and more next.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Ron is actually out buying Christmas presents for Raven this week. Nothing gets me in the spirit for the holidays quite like a bunch of Christmas decorations. Problem is, it also makes me daydream about when I might be able to get back out on open water and do a little fishing. But I'm not alone in that. Exactly why a winter event in North Minneapolis is catching on.
Okay, a Minnesota winter twist on one of life's bubbliest traditions.
Bob, you need a beer?
These craft brew pundits turned happy hour into one ecstatic evening.
Hello, hello, hello. I just want to thank everybody for coming out here to Trout on Tap, put on by Able Brewery. There's a lot of people in here. People are going to be drinking craft beer, tying flies. Let's have a good time. All right.
Let me explain. See, Able Seed House and brewery owners John Mowry and Casey Hawley love beer, of course, but they share another equally alluring obsession.
3 of the 4 founders are big fly fishermen.
We've always wanted to tie in fly fishing to some degree here to the brewery, and also this idea of a workshop.
We've invited the community up here to tie flies.
Simply an evening where all guests share a vice. No, not that one. This one. The idea is simple enough. People come in, buy a beer or 2 or 3, and tie a few fishing flies, and maybe learn a new trick or 2.
We have some of the greatest tyers in Minneapolis here today.
Like this guy, known as the GOAT.
This is a rendition of Todd's Wiggle Minnow. We call it the Wild Thing.
Andy Roth guides trout trips and ties flies. Oh yeah, he likes beer too.
I'm always the guy too that's gonna bring the can of Pabst Blue Ribbon because I think some of my friends have turned into beer snobs, right?
Things are going really well right now. We're currently pouring this infusion that's a mix between seaweed and gungfer. Gungfer is an ingredient they discovered about 26 years ago in the... sorry, is that too much?
No, that's perfect.
I'm old school, right? I'm old. I'm an old codger, but I enjoy every minute of this.
He is not alone.
We all like beer. Fly tying, we add that in there, you know, it's all good.
And makes perfect sense. After all, more than 1,500 Minnesota streams and tributaries support trout. That's 6,500 miles of fishable water. Who knew?
So we want to highlight kind of the Minnesota connection to the fly fishing world through our brewery.
Problem is, when you own the joint, not much time for fun.
I have my vice, but I have a feeling I'll probably be behind the bar a little bit more than at the vice tonight.
So goes Abel's first fly tying night. By the looks of things, this might be an idea worth tapping into.
Yep.
Woohoo!
When we return, it's all about ice fishing and how to get started. Get ready to hit the ice. That's next.
Drilled our lucky hole.
Yep.
I have a feeling there's a lot of fish underneath here.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers, Ice Force, Star Bank, Radco Truck Accessories, and by Evinrude, the official outboard motor of Minnesota Bound.
This time of year, people start chomping at the bit to get on our frozen lakes and do a little ice fishing. It's an industry that's big business these days. Laura Shera explains why.
Every year as the temperature drops and the ice freezes over, we see communities of tiny little houses pop up on the ice. Well, have you ever decided to try one of those neighborhoods and do a little ice fishing? I'm here at the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show to show you how to get started. Hi, Joel.
Hi.
Now, you're here to show me how to get started at ice fishing. I have my fishing rod, we have ice on the lake. What do I need?
Got to punch a hole in that ice, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're starting out, Laura, I'd probably start with something like a hand auger. At least for the first few weeks, first month or so. Not a lot of ice to drill, you can do it by hand. But when the ice gets thicker, you're probably going to want the high horsepower version we got here. This one is with a 6-inch bit, it's the laser light, does a great job at a budget. So for a beginner, if you're going to go with a power auger, that's where I go.
Okay, so we have our ice auger.
Yeah.
What else do we need?
Let's look at some electronics.
All right, Joel, so I hear ice fishing is all about technology.
Absolutely, and if you're just starting out, you still need something to get you going, and this is a really nice unit. It's a Markham LX3. Basically what you're seeing here is you're seeing your jig, and then a fish as it's coming off the bottom to go up and hit your jig.
Now, if you get serious about ice fishing, you go to the granddaddy of them all,
Yeah.
and this is the underwater camera.
That's kind of the Cadillac unit. This one actually does both. We've got a transducer that shows marks, but then you've got the camera underwater.
All right, we got a fish on.
Well, we can get to the fish now. We can see the fish. Let's work on going to catch the fish.
Joel, we got a problem. Our spool's empty.
We can fix that problem. We got
All right.
a line here, and it's something that a lot of people ignore. They'll just get any old line, but that's the most critical link between you and the fish, so we better get some quality line on that reel.
Now, if I'm just getting started, which line would you suggest?
Probably best to just stick with the basics. Something like this Suffix Invisalign. It's fluorocarbon. It's nearly invisible underwater. Or just the plain Suffix Ice Magic. Both are great lines and will cover you for the majority of situations you'll face.
All right, well, you know what's next?
We got to get some lures.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Now, what color do you suggest we start with?
I really like starting off with something pretty crazy, maybe a pink.
Now you're talking. I like pink.
Kind of an attractor color. A lot of different fish like it for whatever reason, but if the bite gets tough, maybe in clear water, we'd go to something a little more natural. That brown looks like a lot of different bugs down there.
All right, so we have our fishing rod, we have our ice auger, we have our electronics, we have our jigs.
Time to hit the lake.
It is time to hit the ice. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do it.
All right.
All right, Joel, so we found some ice.
Yeah, we're on Lake Minnetonka, and hopefully there's some biting fish below us.
What is the first thing to get us started?
Well, we're going to start with drilling a hole because we can't drop a line until we do that.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Woohoo! Woo! Oh, I think we're there. All right, so we've drilled our lucky hole.
Yep.
I have a feeling there's a lot of fish underneath here.
Yeah, and we can check it by just dropping the transducer and seeing if there are fish here. Loaded up with fish, Laura. Check that out. So that's leading edge of bottom. We're in almost 30 feet of water, and this is a big group of fish right there. Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're real.
There we go.
What do you
see that?
What do
Like
you
to see
have?
that. Come on, baby.
Oh, nice fish.
Nice. Look at that.
Look at that crappie.
Awesome. So there you have it. If you want to know how to get started ice fishing, as you can see, it just takes 4 simple things and some ice. But most importantly, just get outside.
Hi, I'm Terry Tuma. Let me show you my favorite way of hooking a waxworm or silver wiggler for that matter, ice fishing with small ice lures. And the common approach is always to thread it on in this fashion. And what I hear so many times is, don't let that sunfish see the point of that hook. So it ends up to be sort of a glob, if you will, in this fashion. But just over the years of experimenting and working with these types of grubs, and again, it's going to apply to silver wigglers and so forth, and it's to hook it through the tip and right at that brown end, and just hook it. And you need a very sharp hook, just to pierce. You do not want to rip that skin, but you want the natural juices to flow out, and just let it hang in this fashion, and that becomes more productive. Give it a try. I think it's going to improve your success for both sunfish and crappies this winter.
Ooh, beautiful.
Got this beautiful roast venison that's been rested.
Coming up, it's time for Wild in the Kitchen, and Laura Shera is helping organize the holiday menu. How about a little roast beast?
Closed captioning is brought to you by Connecticut.
Up next, Laura Shera is headed to the kitchen with Chef Jim as they talk about one of their favorite holiday recipes.
Happy holidays from Wild in the Kitchen. I'm here with Chef Jim Kimberg from Firelight Grill House and Cocktail Bar, and today we are making something special for you and your family to enjoy for Christmas and over the holidays, and we are making venison roast.
Venison roast. We got the back straps. We're going to roast them up.
Which is the prime part of the deer.
Most definitely.
Awesome. So I'm noticing we have very few ingredients in front of us.
We've got venison, we've got salt, we've got pepper. We're going back to the basics on this one.
I love it. So what are the first steps?
First step, we're going to take this roast and we're going to remove that silver skin, get it ready to sear off.
Okay.
So the silver skin is that little protective layer on top. You just want to take the tip of your knife, kind of poke it through, and see how I'm grabbing at the end?
Oh, yeah. I see.
And it just kind of slips right off. The meat underneath the silver skin, tender and delicious. Silver skin, not so much. That's it.
All right, we're ready to go. Now it's time for seasonings.
It is.
The simple seasonings.
Simple is best. So you can be a little generous with that salt and pepper. And then we want both sides to taste good, so we're going to flip it over.
Of course we do.
And we're going to do the same on the back.
Okay. Next steps.
Ready for the pan. So I've got a preheated, nice heavy bottom cast iron pan, a little bit of olive oil. So one little trick when you're putting it in the pan, make sure you drop it away. So if it does splash, it doesn't splash towards you. Yep.
So how many minutes on each side for the venison roast?
Well, right now we just want to get that nice sear, that caramelization, that crust. So it's about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and then we're going to roast it at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, look at that. We're going for that 125 degrees internal temperature. Take it out, let it rest. It might climb to about 130. Going to give us that perfect medium rare. So we got our platter in front of us.
Ooh, beautiful.
Got this beautiful roast venison that's been rested.
We rested this for how many minutes?
5 minutes, yes, at least 5 minutes. So you can tell when we slice into it, those juices aren't rolling out. Look at that, beautiful. So when you cook it like this, you're not going to hear those comments that it's gamey, that it's dry, that it's tough. This is tender, this is juicy, this is really flavorful. So definitely fitting for that holiday feast. Then I've also prepared a little bit of roasted vegetables, potatoes.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, onions, carrots, parsnips.
Well, this looks absolutely amazing, but I'm noticing we have a little sauce here, special sauce.
So that's a reduction of beef stock and red wine that we've deglazed and cooked down,
a red wine reduction sauce. So there you have it. The holidays, of course, are all about family and tradition, and this is an opportunity to share your hunting tradition with your loved ones. So we're both wishing you a wildly delicious holiday season.
We are in the gift-giving season, and if you're looking for ideas for the ice angler on your Christmas list, Ice Force has you covered. Check this out. This is their new ion battery-powered auger. No more gas, no more oil mixture, and no more fumes inside your fish house. It comes in a laser blade. It also has a chipper, so you can open those holes in your fish house and you don't smell it up. Then over here is the Cadillac of all sonars. This is the RT9, brand new. This thing here has mapping, it also has sonar built in, and it has an underwater camera, all 3 in 1. You can look at everything at one time. Never before has that been possible. Then we've got what's called the Recon 5. This is a handheld camera that you basically can put in your pocket and bring out with you. The cool part is you can hit this record button, save all of the underwater footage, send it to your buddies that aren't able to make it on the water that day. This right here is a very simple product. It's an aerator. Drop it in the bucket. This right here automatically turns on when it hits water. It'll save dozens of scoops of minnows over the course of the winter. Then, Rapala came out with their own ice fishing tackle box. This thing here will keep all the lures organized, but also waterproof. That's a big deal on the ice. When it comes to lures, we're always looking for the next great thing, the slab wrap. Brand new lure to the market that the fish have never seen. Lastly, line. Every one of us need good fishing line. Find any one of these products at iceforce.com, and I guarantee your angler will be happy on Christmas morning. Merry Christmas.
Up next, a Christmas greeting to you, our viewers, from Minnesota Bound.
Minnesota Bound, brought to you by Borderview Lodge, Ellsworth Creamery, and by Totem Resorts.
It's time for my favorite part of the holiday show, Ron Shera's ode to the ultimate Christmas icon.
In the general store of Minnetonka, look at what we found. A perfect Christmas greeting to you from Minnesota Bound. Look closely now, and you will see we found a very special Christmas tree. Its boughs of green hang with ornaments that say we love to fish and go fishing. We cherish every angling day. Our Minnesota walleyes dangle so merry and so bright. To catch one and show it off, oh, what a wonderful sight. Our boats and pontoons may be stored for the season, but a life jacket reminds us about a life-saving reason. Our tree has fishing vests and fishing chairs and fishy bling too. It's another way of saying Merry Christmas to you. There's more to this tree than fishing and stuff. It's about living your life when the road gets rough. Fishing keeps you humble from morning to night. Sometimes worms and even rapalas can't make a fish bite.
Have you ever before had anybody in your boat this long and never caught anything?
In the spirit of the season, remember every fish is a prize, and every fish is a trophy, no matter the size.
Is mine bigger?
Nope.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it is.
Remember too, fishing is fishing. We all float the same boat. If you catch one larger than mine,
crappie,
be nice.
Good job.
Don't gloat.
Bigger though than yours.
You're probably right.
So we'll end this Christmas greeting and ask our Lord for one more wish. Though we like nature's loon calls, please, could I catch one more fish?
Only as Ron Shera can say it. Well, it's that time. We've come to the end of the show. Both Ron and Raven will be back next week. In the meantime, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. For more information on these stories and more, catch us on the web at mnbound.com.